have on each other to say, okay, what can we do differently next time so this doesn't happen? So I think that we're in for a real treat. I'm hoping that we get around 13. I have a feeling that we might get in that direction.
Predictions, quickly.
I'm going to predict.
No pressure.
I'm going to predict. I think Rec go back-to-back. I think Rec do it.
Okay. I'm currently in the NRG camp. I got faith in them. We'll see, though. I think, honestly, either choice makes total sense based on the way that these two have looked at different moments. But here we go, folks. It's time for Asylum, our final map here of the Emergence Days Invitational week number 2. It's about to get crazy. It's about to get fun. We'll see exactly the first round does, in fact, start to line out, as it will be Reciprocity making some progress here at the mid-hill. And actually in the same situation, they're also making a test for C. Solar's the last man alive, currently getting knifed and thrown around, and that is going to be a 43-second round, our first one. We talk about how it works out. That's Rec, first of all, getting on the board early.
Starting off strong, 0 eliminations on the entire NRG side. If you're a fan of Reciprocity, you love to see them come out swinging the way they did. We're going to, of course, see kind of the usual weapon trees starting to be built. This is one of the few times where I actually like seeing the drop shot place on the sides landing, because I like kind of having that drop presence when there is that push and pull fight on the second half. So let's see kind of what they choose to do. We've seen a number of matches where these teams have put the power weapons on the center line, right? So many times we see drops in the sides, booms in the sides. We've seen plenty of drop shots on the center line, right? Boom shots on the center line. So if we're going to get that again, because I think that last time that Reciprocity placed that, it was against Hive, and they ended up losing that to Hive. So maybe they're going to make that adjustment and not do the same thing twice.
See if that's the case. See if adjustments, in fact, will be made, as I'm sure we'll kind of guess that they will be. Frosty firing out of the gate hot. Icy coming through with a nice few pistol shots just to try to echo out NRG from this hallway. And Explosive will do the same, kind of an OE opportunity to pretty much go over the bridge. And now it's time for Apostle Rush. Speaking of Rush, the man who's made it his gamer tag decides to go and force his way on in. And that's going to be Powers finding the first. Here comes the flash and the break from NRG. Let's see how this retake occurs. Will it, in fact, be successful as 2 men fall? Explosive is there to try to pick up his fallen comrade, but it's not going to work out. That is 4 down. Mental, the last man alive.
Reciprocity is absolutely cruising right now. You see they have their sights set on Mental. Someone's just pushing the home hill. Powers is their way and hits a good spread. Finishes him off with the wrap shot around cover. Where are you going? The answer is nowhere. Just like that, in the blink of an eye, a minute later, Reciprocity wins their second round. These haven't been close so far, Landon.
Ryan, what is happening? What is happening
Rec
right now?
is playing confident. 0 elims!
No!
0 elims! When do you ever see that happen to NRG? They're getting smacked in the mouth early.
Smacked in the mouth. Powers 9.
Solars has negative points. I think we're both a little bit of a loss for words right now. And there's that drop in the middle. On the center line, I should say, not in the middle, but on the center line. Over towards the train tracks. What does NRG do to bounce back? Again, we're only 2 rounds in. We get it, but
still, like
I
those
mean,
2 rounds.
2 prolific, quick rounds.
Dear
Not
God.
an elim in sight.
Dear God, what is happening? Now the question is, can they go 3 straight? I'm going to say no, but if they did, I think I may leave the studio. I think that's what has to happen. I'll hold my breath for now. Regardless, though, Reciprocity off to a fantastic start. Explosive takes down Icy. Okay, there we have it.
There's Fran
on the board.
Getting mental. You see
Okay, well,
Kenny has his sights set on the rotating members from NRG. Powers, with the help of Kenny, manages to get the drop. Rush going to fall at the same time. Numbers starting to sway back in NRG's favor. They must have heard us say they got smacked in the mouth because they're firing back. You're going to see Explosive taking control of that drop shot. Trip cap coming underway. NRG looking to get back on the board. Icy trying to stop him. That's going to get summons off their home hill. They live to fight another day. We're still on fairly long spawns, right? 3rd round in. Getting quicker by the second. Icy moving with a head full of steam. Takes 1 shot on Mental. Takes a second. Finishes him off. Gets down. Has a teammate there. Look at the confidence being shown by Icy and Rushies.
Oh!
Drop shot comes in.
Wow.
If Icy wasn't that tagged up, that wouldn't have connected, but it does manage to finish him off. That's going to give Explosive and NRG boys a chance to begin to move forward. You're going to see Reciprocity still swarming their home hill. Absolute mayhem going on in such a small space. Solar's miss rolls in. But he's taken out.
Summons finds it.
The revives come in.
He's playing medic.
Summons to the rescue. Rec, in the meantime, managed to get B. You're going to see Russian powers out of the fight. The train's going to come in. 5v3 situation in favor of NRG. Kill feed still favoring the Swarm.
And you start to see the score indicated that there is a chance coming up soon. That's going to be B now back in their grasps. You see 60 seconds now on the clock. Reciprocity's got some time to work. Regardless, though, this is almost a must right now if you're NRG. Obviously, considering it would be 3-0, but even still yet, like, you really do have to lock this one up. You need to hold on to these hills because we know the fury that exists on the other end. That is a confident Reciprocity lineup who may or may have not just entered into a new category, a new ranking. And speaking of that, they're starting to answer the call. That's 3 down. Rushies unfortunately falls to the train. The conductor maybe in favor of NRG. He's waving the NRG flag as he wisps on by. That's Reciprocity who does grab B, but they still have to make this work. By no means is the job done as of yet. NRG still has the advantage here, Ryan.
They need to get to C. 2 members up top on Icy. Icy. There's Kenny on the flank. Kenny, it's a brick on the Solars. Rush is there for the cleanup. Kenny's dropped. That should give Rush an opportunity to get over to C. There's a member of NRG waiting for him. He is met, but he has help. That's a big break. Doesn't get the kill, but again, the break is in. That's a good start. Unfortunately, though, Icy and Rush both fall. Powers is in there. Drop shot flies right by both of them. Another drop shot is in there. It takes out Mental. Reciprocity need to just hold this 2-cap as long as they can.
That's the flash.
Someone is on B. That's going to be big. Reciprocity needs to get a break on the C. I don't think they can get there in time. They almost came back with a 2-cap, but in the end, NRG got the break they needed, held down their home. They stopped the madness early on, right, with 2 rounds, no eliminations. That's all over now.
But even if you're NRG now, it's not like, okay, guys, we're back. Like, no,
yeah,
that's not it at all. Like,
that was a hard fought round. Like
oh,
they had to claw to that one. So
yeah.
Again, if you're Reciprocity, you're still feeling confident.
You gotta be, especially in that situation. I mean, you can't count them out right now. Like normally when you're talking about, okay, NRG, they're starting to kind of catch a little bit. They've got the 2v1 advantage. No, that's right out the window right now. This is a new-looking Reciprocity lineup who are literally firing at the highest capability that we have seen. Such fantastic plays already off the start from these guys. NRG finally chalk one up on the board, which normally is not a sentence I've ever said, or pretty much that anyone's ever said. Still as of yet, we'll see how round 4 treats us. Powers off the rip, takes down Explosive early, so that's going to be a 2v1 advantage here.
That should almost surely, that should almost surely net them the drop shot. It's going to be Powers with that early kill onto Explosive. Shoots the drop shot over towards Mental. Going to try and get away. He's still carrying one more. He doesn't want to waste it just yet. Can use a shotgun. A couple shots on Mental. Icy is there for the cleanup. That's going to give Reciprocity control of B. Again, 1 drop shot still in the hands of Powers. Looks like NRG, however, have chosen to rotate over towards the home hills. I think Kenny realizes that, waiting for some help from his teammates. They managed to kind of bully them out of there. It looks like it's only summons. Reciprocity will regain the home hill. Once again, 2 hills in their favor. Where does NRG choose to push? Do they go for the home hill again? Do they make their way over towards B? Keep in mind, Powers still has 1 more drop shot. We know how hard it can be to push these hills with a drop shot looking. There's 2 pieces of cover in front of him. He has some wiggle room. Reciprocity just continue to build a lead.
There goes the flash. Trying to limit Icy, at least off the start. Icy actually dropping Solar, so that's going to be instantly an advantage. Here, however, here comes the 1 versus 1. The knife comes through, and Powers with the quickness.
Hit him with the side bounce, made him whiff the shot, and then made him pay.
Is that Powers or Zoro? I don't know.
Icy getting some quick shots into the member of NRG that's up top. It's going to be Summons. Again, that back and forth push and pull fight up top. Looks like NRG has chosen to push for the opposite home hill. Kenny's going to be in a tough spot. He's going to be dropped.
Starting to lose C.
They're up by quite a bit, though. If you're Reciprocity, you can live with this, at least for now.
Can indeed.
They still went on 1 by the scoreboard,
Yep, they're going to reach that 200-point mark first. We'll see how they start to manage that out a little bit. Like we said, advantage overall. Kind of gives still to the boys on Rec. Train to be making its way in shortly, but that's the camp that NRG needs to make their way through. All things considered, Franchise actually takes down Explosives, and that could be Summons who does fall as well. That's 2 down, and that's the key for Rec, possibly.
And a fight going in on B. Reciprocity has the numbers. They're going to win that. That's going to give them the B hill and the C hill. Now, NRG has a choice. Do they spawn back in? I don't think they should. They're going to be down 2 hills. You're going to see Summons choosing not to spawn back in. Mental's going to be dropped. Solar's not going to spawn back in as well. The full Elim is in. Another strong round for Reciprocity. It went the distance. It went 3 minutes. But in the end, they come out on top. They have been looking so strong on Asylum once again.
But for me, it comes down to that, that Trax Hill moment, that 1v1 where Powers wins, right? In that situation, they don't have as much confidence. It's a 3 versus 3.
Sidestepped him, made praise miss.
Yeah, it was a 3 versus 3. The flashes were tossed in, and he wins the 1v1.
And he had drop shot in his pocket, so he also preserves that drop shot. He gets chunked there. He loses that drop shot, which he ended up going forward to use and getting a kill on the Summons with. So, again, that big side bounce, simple things like that can make a player miss, especially a player like Praise who's so accurate. If you're going to make him miss, make him pay for it. Those are the kind of plays you need to make to win tournaments.
Those are the moments. See if they can keep it up. Like we said, Reciprocity, they reach 3. NRG still at 1. Still coming to the bitter end of our first half. It's been fantastic so far. That's Kenny finding the early pick on the Solars.
Powers getting some good team fire, forcing Mental back. You can see Franchise getting aggressive. I love what I'm seeing out of the captain of Reciprocity. And Powers knows exactly where Explosive is and hits him with the Heisman. Did not expect that whatsoever. Once again, Reciprocity takes control of B, gets their hands on the drop shot, and are going to start the round off with a lead.
Powers, sign my Lancer.
And the kill feed continues to be blue. And then Summons, boom shot in hand. Had to make a choice, decided to save it. His teammate luckily was there for the trade.
Here comes the push. Still Summons. He does have that boom ready to go. However, the drop shot from the other side, Powers, he'll make it land onto Explosive. So pretty much the forces from NRG have to scramble a little bit. Regardless of that, though, it's only a minor delay. They'll still manage to capture the A hill. So that double home hill setup currently in favor of NRG, and now they have the opportunity to go for the pinch here, Ryan.
And if you're Reciprocity, you kind of a choice to make, right? Where do you send your resources? Summons getting absolutely drilled from all angles. That's a good start, right? That's going to give them numbers on the map. Now they can start to move forward. You can see the members of NRG heading over towards B. Kenny going to likely have to use this boom shot to regain their home. Mental getting hit with a good-sized brick before finally being taken out. So now, if you're Reciprocity, you're going to get the 2-cap back. You know, though, that NRG is coming. You know where their push is. Powers is on the flank. He has a teammate down. So does NRG. And Powers ends up getting the pick and getting both with the help of his teammate. Now Summons in a weird spot. And Powers hits him with the wrap shot and sends him to the loading screen. Summons doesn't even know what just happened on his screen. Powers making it look so easy. Trip cap coming in once again, and Reciprocity is absolutely dominating the first half over NRG. This feels just like last week.
We're watching something special, folks. We are watching something special. Watch this play from Powers in a situation that you could argue decides the game. A one-on-one versus Summons, and he hits it. It is just literally play after play. It's just in sequence for this guy. It's just a matter of not if it can happen, but when it will happen for this guy, Powers. And versus a squad like NRG, Brian, his stake, if it's not already starting to raise, it has now. It has now. Versus a team like this, and a situation like this, they're potentially looking at back-to-back. Powers leading the way at 22 eliminations in this game. That's nearly double the highest of NRG right now.
Icy First Blood. Once again, Solars has been the product of First Blood a few different times now. Reciprocity definitely winning the battle towards that side of the map. You can see Rushy's creeping up towards the top side, has a boom shot in hand. Powers get another kill onto Explosive, and you know how important it can be to get Explosive off the map. A lot of times, the tip of the spear on these pushes, the guy who kind of makes it all happen for this team, right? The guy who calls the play, the guy who helps sort of enforce the play. To get him off the map is so key. Trip cap coming in, bit of a Mr. Krabs. They know they have to push. Solars and Co. Gotta definitely Stop that from happening. That would have been just absolutely tragic. Gets the kill on Franchise B, back in the hands of NRG. Rush can finally use that boom shot. He's been holding it for a while. Now, one-on-one between him and Explosive. Explosive knows there's reinforcements coming, but look at Rush chasing him down. That's got to be careful. NRG back on the offensive. Solar's down once again.
That's the
Explosive
confidence
hit with a little bit of a brick. Teamfire's going to come in. Here comes the pinch. Icy going to be dropped. Can he get the revive? Powers hits a back A. It's going to force Explosive back. Someone's hopped on B, though. They have to push into a hill. They have to find something. It's going to end up being A. Fight coming in. Powers gets one. Rush is there for the follow-up. A boom shot, though, comes in from the heavens. That's going to force it to a 1v2 situation. Franchise down as well, but Icy able to spawn back up. No full elim just yet. Now, Rec going to be all off of spawn. NRG almost at full strength as well. What a battle at the home hill. Both teams should be back up. But no, Landon, Mental's at 0 respawns. Mental's out. It's a permanent 5v4 for the remainder of the round. And Rec holds a massive point lead. Rec would need to do something heinous to lose this. They have everything they need.
Explosive's also at 1. He's at 1 life.
And no one on Rec's at 0 yet, so they have the respawns to play with. They need to
take in Franchise, though, we're at 1.
They just need to take their resources and move their numbers together. Yeah. You can see they're doing that. They see their NRG has sent players to B. They moved over to A. 3 members of the Swarm team at the B hill, remaining 1 at A. The train comes in. There's a member down. Rushies knows it. He's going to go for the follow-up. Solars knows he has to go for his teammate.
He got him!
Rush gets him. There is nothing NRG can do. This round is going to be over, surely.
It has to be. Meat shield attempt.
Solar's going to get him. Sorry, Solar's going to get taken down. Rush going to hit him with some love. Reciprocity is ending the first half with a scoreline of 5-1. This hasn't even been close.
No, absolutely not. It has not been close at all.
I don't know if I've ever seen this NRG team look so defenseless, look so defeated, look so flat, look like they lack so much confidence. We're used to seeing them be the aggressors. They're the ones running circles. They're just getting blown away. Reciprocity playing with so much confidence.
Well, that's the thing, too. I mean, there were certain moments where we're looking at players like Rushies. There was a moment where, in particular, Rushies had the ability to rush forward. I know there was a situation where NRG came through with the big boom shot, but you can just see the confidence. I mean, the way that
Powers
they're roaming
again
throughout
on Solars.
the map, it's unbelievable.
He has no answers to to Powers.
Oh
and Powers
gosh.
is feeling himself.
He's going for random
He's
knives.
meleeing the air just cuz.
This is scary, folks.
These are long spawns. They have a
Reciprocity
chance.
in a great situation, as you called it, long spawns, 1v1 versus Mental. Get out of here.
No one that owns a Gears of War disc can kill Powers right now, period. I don't care if you have a digital download, Game Pass, hard copy, whatever you have, you cannot kill Powers.
Well,
yeah, I get it, he died, but you know what I mean.
well, that one situation, we'll give him the props for that. Oh, it's a train! Oh no, Icy backs up. The conductor still holding on to that NRG flag. At least takes out 1.
Unbelievable sequence
Even still
just
yet,
there.
that's Reciprocity. That's 2 down. We talked about NRG. Reciprocity were in a great situation. NRG may have an opportunity for some new life, regardless of the overall score. They've got a lot of work to do, but even still yet, Powers, that just goes to show the presence that they have. And once he starts to rush forward, can they continue to try and counter him? Still alive, still hanging on. Nice shot coming in from Mental. Looking to find a second one onto Rush. Sees the knife all too. Superior has the meat shield, and that's NRG, who should be good to grab E.
And Rack, I think they know they need to get out. These are long spawns. You cannot get 5 wiped here. You've done so much work to gain a lead. Kenny rotates over. Elise being a thorn in the side of NRG. Teamfire coming in from NRG. I like what I saw there. Like I said, they didn't. You saw Explosive didn't get. He didn't get too ahead of himself, didn't try to push around, get back aid, waited for his teammates to use that team fire. Good job by them. They're still very much in this. Power's going to get one in the middle. Going to be tagged up. His teammate's going to be there. Rush is going to get the cleanup. Can they get the full elimination from the distance? I don't know if they can. Power should be safe at least to get revived. They're going to get flashed. 2 different flashes. Someone's going to fly in. Rush going to go ahead and back roll. I think he knows he can't get a kill. Still a good size lead for Reciprocity.
Yeah, they're cool to hold on to this.
And now E is neutral. You can live with this.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as the time starts to tick away, that's fine for Reciprocity. They are totally cool with this being the case. Rushy's the farthest pushed up player. Here comes the flash. And here come the shots. Rushy's falls. Solars in the meantime ends up grabbing the drop shot. So NRG starting to stack up the resources a little bit. And they actually are favored right now in terms of the overall score. So since they do have ENF, they will be in a position, if the Hills stay this way, they will in fact take this round despite the early success from Rec. But here we go, Icy deciding to hop on in, has some explosives in his back pocket. He's actually got Kenny, who's watching on over, but on the other end, here comes Solars, who takes down Icy on the stairs. Advantage toward NRG again as they cap this one. 3 players up left for the Reciprocity side. Time starts to tick away. How can Rec start to respond? Powers is down for the count. And there we have an NRG. They start to rush forward. They look to be in prime position to walk away with this. Does Reciprocity have any answers? It looks as if no, that's not going to be the case. And that's NRG getting back on board despite the way that this one started off, despite the flurry of elims that was going their way. NRG, they rebound off the back of a nice conductor who manages to take one out.
They're still in this. Still a lot of work to do. Reciprocity looking so strong. But don't forget who you're playing against. Like I said, we've seen this team make comebacks. You do not want to give them any piece of momentum. But again, to bring it back, that's the second round they've won so far. Look at how hard fought that round was. Look what had to take place in order for that round to materialize, right? Yep. Both rounds they've won so far have been extremely hard fought. So if you're Reciprocity, you are still confident. Powers has been getting first blood, particularly on Solars. So many times it seems like he just kind of owns that middle side of the map, whether it's the first blood on Solars, whether it's getting the initial down onto Explosive. He's just been making it all happen over there. So they got to keep the pedal to the metal. They got to keep the intensity up.
And you also got to keep Reciprocity off of potential for series point, right? You got to get him away from that number 6. Because if so, that's going to constantly funnel in your mind. One mistake that you make for the rest of this game, and it's over. You can't afford to make mistakes anymore. And the earlier that you can kind of prevent that, the better. Confidence will absolutely be gained for Rec if they can get to 6 early on. Now we enter a point where it starts to get a little bit slower, right? The strategy most likely forming. We talked about the IGLs for both of this team, for both of these individual teams. Definitely starting to output a few calls. Train not far away at all. That's when a few of the fights start to break through. Solars tries to make his way in, unfortunately not able to do so. The flash on one side, Solars decides to go and roll on in. A target franchise, a nice kind of 2v1 fight, if you will, and Kenny is left to retreat.
Opening couple kills coming in for NRG. Power's going to answer back with one of his own before being taken down by Praised. Both home hills in the hands of the Swarm team. From the trip cap, I think they know that Kenny's got to hop in there. He has a drop shot. He should be able to take at least one with him. Gets one. Wow. Should be enough for the break. I think Explosive is just going to get out of there because I believe Icy's going to get a kill as well. Make that 2 kills by Icy. That's going to be 4 dead if they can pick up Explosive. Mental's the last one remaining. That's going to be 5. That's going to be a full elim. I don't think anyone can get up in time. They can't. Just like that. NRG were on the 2 home hills. Kenny was being swarmed. He got one. They were still pressuring. And then in the blink of an eye, 4 go down. Icy with a big double kill in the feed.
It was one shot with the pistol.
And just absolutely
it was one shot
decimated NRG and Landon. We find ourselves at 6-2 on map point, match point, championship point, back-to-back championship point. Reciprocity.
And imagine if they did it like this.
In dominant fashion.
Yeah, if they did it like this. Unbelievable. We could be, in fact, writing the script. This could be it all changing. It really could be. And I'm not one to talk about it early because, of course, we talk about land events, but still, even leading into this, the way that Reciprocity is playing is absolutely staggering. But we know, and you have to give props to a team like NRG, of course, for the history that they have. This is a lineup that you can never fully count out, and a team that deserves that respect, a team that has earned more than that respect. But can they do the unthinkable and bring this one back? A lot of pressure off the back of a very solid performance coming in from Powers. He has been the all-star so far, and can he close it out yet again? Here come a few bits of utility. Early knock coming into franchise. There goes Powers as well. That's 2 early players knocked off for Rec.
See the opening kills starting to favor them. Rushy's knows he has to move forward. Wins the 1v1 against Summons. That's going to net them the E. He's going to have a meat shield as well. He's got to expect multiple players of NRG to approach him. He does, hits a brick, and then follows it up onto Praise. Oh my goodness, Rushies. Absolutely putting Praise on skates. And now looking to do the same to Mental. Hits one, goes to the second, finishes it off with the melee. Rushies is absolutely going berserk on the E-Hill. Who next? Who wants it next?
Throw him at me. I got the Switchblade to prove it. I've got the history to prove it. Rushi's unbelievable play goes massive for the team and keeps Rec afloat. Actually, a missed opportunity with the Splode there. Despite that occurring, Solars comes through and takes one down with the drop shot. Here comes the push for NRG over at E. They managed to get that one in their grasps, and only the positives roll on for NRG, but can it finally be soiled here? Here comes the flash, the push. NRG, are they feeling new life? It looks as if they are. Powers, the last man alive, the last man afloat, as he should be silenced here shortly.
I think Icy had the Silver Surfer glitch. You can see he's running out with no gun.
And there we have it. That's just going to be NRG bringing this one back. Like we talked about it, we got to be proud of Reciprocity so far for how they played. It all doesn't matter unless they find one more round. You have to give props to this NRG team. We know the history, like I said, that they have, but when players like Rushies are hitting stuff like this, Ryan,
this is just
that's unbelievable.
Insane. 2 perfect full spreads as well, and then went up there and beat up another member. Unbelievable stuff. Like I said, Reciprocity is playing with a confidence that we need to see out of a team if there's ever going to be sort of the next team of champions, right? There's going to be someone to dethrone who have been the kings of Gears Esports for so long. It has to be on confidence. It has to be matching that intensity.
Here we go. Reciprocity still in need of just one round to be back-to-back Emergence Days champions. And you've talked about it. It's been this guy Powers off the break. Last few times, he's somewhat been silenced. So see if he can start to pick things back up and maybe be that same continuing force, because if so, it's going to be bad news for NRG. Oh, franchise goes down. Icy as well.
Yeah. That's going to be everyone down. Powers puts Explosive down. That's going to be a good start. Wins a big 1v1. That's going to buy his team enough time to spawn back. He goes down to that round is over. Train's going to come in. It's going to force Mental into using the drop. Powers makes him miss it and almost finishes the fight. Unfortunately, ends up falling in the end. Now Mental, 1 drop shot left in the chamber. 2 hills in favor of NRG. Where does NRG decide to, or sorry, where does Reciprocity decide to make their push? Do they wait for the new round of shock grenades to come back? You kind of see the setup. Going for that ever popular sort of push-pull fight up top. Solars of the shock, Powers of the shock. Where these teams choose to use it.
Here comes the push.
Mental's brought the drop shot.
Oh,
connects.
wow.
Kenny's going to go down as well. Good defense from NRG. I think Reciprocity knows that push is not going to be easy without being at full strength. One thing to keep in mind, too, the new wave of drop shot on the center line. It looks like NRG is better set up to grab the new weapon. You can see Fran Powers edging up towards Summons and Praised. They're going to use the shock grenade. That's going to force them back. That's going to at least get them the break. They should get the kill. They should get the down. Sorry, the hill as well. But no, Fran actually doesn't get the cap and manages to fall. And the kill feed is still NRG.
That's 2 down for Rec right now. They need to cut their losses, at least make something happen. Powers goes for the rush, gets the early chunk, goes for the knife, and at least takes one down with them. Unfortunately, can't do much more than that. And Praised, once the dust settles, it is NRG yet again who reigns supreme and are holding on little by little. We talk about the last 4 rounds. Well, NRG is 3 for 4, and they are little by little starting to make this one more interesting. And now this is when a little bit of the panic starts to set in, right? We're talking high on Reciprocity. Oh my gosh, they're up, they're leading. This is unbelievable. And then NRG says, wait, hold on. We're not done just yet.
That's 3 out of the last 4. We talked about, like I said, we're not used to seeing them this defenseless, this flat, this slow.
Yeah.
They seem to have started to wake up again. Reciprocity, 1 more round to do it. But for NRG, like I said, this is a team who's had ice in their veins forever. Never has any deficit been, too much for them. Again, still a long ways to go, but at least they're looking like a different team in this second half than we saw in the first half. The team we saw in the first half would not be able to get it done, right? They would just not be able to extend these rounds. They're looking stronger. Like you mentioned, Powers hasn't been getting quite as many of those opening kills, right? They've kind of gotten a little better end of him. Maybe made sort of a small change, small adjustment, adapting to that. Solar's going to hop over once again. He's not going to be met.
I feel like it's just one play for Rec. Just one player coming out and doing something special. That can be all the difference because it has been so far. They can just have that one moment, that one sequence where they really take over. They had that one string of just crazy play. It can be theirs, but NRG has done such a fantastic job at limiting those opportunities and making really that they're always at a disadvantage.
And again, escalation 2, right? You can win via team wipe, right? Let's say that they're even down. If it just, like you said, takes one moment, one play, one team wipe, anything.
Oh, Rush
is getting drilled. They focused him. He's gone down early. Powers, though, gets the kill on the Solars, but Summons picks it up with a double kill with Boom. Kills going into NRG's favor once again. Mental able to pick up the drop shot. Powers is not going to avenge him. Kenny's the last alive. Going to get a good, clean shot in. But not enough yet. The drop shot's going to surely finish him off. It does. This is coming in to a big trip cap for NRG. No one from Rec can spawn back in. This is starting to get a little scary for Reciprocity. I don't know if NRG tuned in and heard us. I don't know what's going on, but they have awoken.
It was 6-2, Ryan. It's now 6-5.
This feels so tight now. One more round and we're tied. And by the way, that tied round would be round 13 for the game, for the tournament.
For the back-to-back or not.
We've seen them do it before. Can they do it once again?
Chat, let us know.
And you're going to see once again
let us know your thoughts.
NRG having more utility on the back end. You see the two loadout pieces on NRG. Rec deciding to fill one of their own. Drop shots halved, on 75. Shocks on 75. The reason that Reciprocity is behind on one piece of utility is because they placed the drop in the center line. That puts you behind by one, essential placement, so to speak, on your own sides. Icy going to hop over. It's not going to work out for him, but the kills are there to be traded. Solars goes down. Kenny dropped as well, 4v4. Make that a 3v4. Power's going to push in. He's being surrounded. NRG looking to gain some new life, but Powers is there for the kill. Explosive going to follow it up. Rushies. Praise in front of him. Hits 2 bricks. Does not connect on the third shot. Praise is going to win that fight. 5 versus 3. Landon, we are so close to a round 13. This was so dominant. What is happening on our map right now?
Reciprocity. You can start to feel it.
And now Fran is stuck between 3 members, and he can't get out because of the train. Icy's going to get explosive. Solars has the new drop. Mental falls. Numbers starting to sway back in that Reciprocity's favor, but slowly. Solars has the drop with 2 bullets in it. They're going for the break onto E. They're going for the break onto D. Solars gets 1 with drop. Rush going to fall as well.
Praised.
Kenny trying to get the trade back onto Praised. Icy going to likely fall. He's between 3 members of NRG. 50-point lead for the Swarm team. They're going for the E-cap. Keep in mind, Solars has 1 more drop. He ends up getting the kill onto Powers. That would have been huge if Powers could have gotten that second, and he eliminated the power weapon.
Look at the numbers on Reciprocity.
Reciprocity needs to make a play. They're waiting for him.
They've got 3
Rush
versus
goes down.
1. Rushies can't even take one of them down. Franchise now trying to pick up the pieces. It's starting to look grim. You look at the score. You look at just the way that this has been playing recently. Here comes the drop. Franchise is trying to dodge everything in sight, trying to make his way through, trying to make his presence felt, but he can only do so much.
That's a good
shot. At least manages to get the decap on, but still, he needs some support, and he may actually grab this. So yes, Reciprocity will in fact grab E just in time. Here comes the boom.
Mental goes down.
Powers, Icy, everyone getting involved in the kill feed. However, it is still NRG in the driver's seat for the most part. Rec having some good moments here and there. Like we said, that one moment where it's Fran who just manages to get the decap. He captures E and now gives Reciprocity some breathing time.
Rec can win off of 2, but you cannot expect to hold this E-hill the entire time, right? There's going to be new power weapons. There's going to be new shock grenades. You have to make some sort of move. You can see the time gap filling, but it's slow. They need to win convincingly. If NRG continues to get a hold of some kills, get a hold of some hills. Time will get away from Rec. The down starts to come in. Summons is going to go down. Fran's going to have a new boom. This shock will be erased. They need to push forward. This is a huge opportunity for them. The shock comes in. Explosive's going to be down.
Icy needs to catch him. He caught him. Manages to find the first Summons trying to go for the revive. He can't. You're right. And here comes the boom.
They need a break. Swarm will still win on one. They need to get to the opposite home hill. Icy gets him. They have time. They have plenty of time. There's 3 alive. 5v3. They just need a break. All they need is one break. They have about 7 seconds. NRG swarming their home hill. Praise gets one. Can he do it? Fran goes down. Icy going to approach. The flash comes in. Can Rush dance around? Rush gets one. Can Rush get the break? He can't. NRG holds on. That's 4 in a row. We have just found ourselves on round 13. 5 of the last 6. It looks like Rec had a chance. It looked like it was their time. They won the E fight. They had the 2-cap. They had the numbers. That was a 5 versus 3. And when they got there, they could not hop in the hill. NRG shot a boom that got the party started. The flashes came in. The members got chunked. Rush almost made it, but it just wasn't in time.
Yeah.
And now, it's a tale of 2 halves.
Yeah.
NRG has shown the same dominance in the second half that Rec showed in the first half. This round 13 can be anyone's game, but if you are a fan of Reciprocity right now, you have to be a little bit nervous.
Oh, absolutely. If you're the players, I mean, literally at this moment, you were up 6-2. You had the advantage, and now NRG has totally changed the pace of the game. The feeling of this match is now totally different. And now we head into round 13 where it is anybody's game. And like we said, Reciprocity, they won this one last week. Can they make it 2 in a row? Or can NRG finally start to silence the team that has caused them so many problems here?
And Solars, we were so critical in the first half of him getting hit by First Bloods. He gets not only the first blood, but the second follow-up kill on the most important round of not only the map, but the entire tournament. Reciprocity still heading towards E, trying to get ahead of the time. It's going to be a down on Kenny. The revive's going to come in. Rush managed to stay alive. Powers should be able to get a quick revive of his own. Despite the early game heroics, the COG team lives to continue to fight. They're heading towards E. You can see the members of NRG coming. Solars, once again, making his mark on the 13th round, getting that drop shot kill. He's literally doing it all.
Here comes Solars. Does it land? Here
the drop
comes the
missed.
flash.
Powers gets 1. Powers gets 2.
We called him out. We talked about he needed to make the play. Ryan does it there. Hopping on E, they're going to have this one back in their grasp, but Powers, he's not done yet. He's still hungry. The young gun we said needed to make the play a little bit slow, and that's when NRG started to make a big resurgence. Take a look at that kill feed. Franchise and Mental both grabbing the booms for their respective sides.
And one of the elite drop shots were used. I believe there's a shock grenade, too, in the hands of Reciprocity. The second drop gets used. It's going to take out Icy. I do not believe that gives Solars any more drop shots. Rush getting at least a down on Summons. Gets the full kill. Again, back to the push and pull that we're used to seeing up top, but it looks like NRG has managed to make an OE. They've gotten onto the D hill.
Yeah, Reciprocity's getting no points right now.
And now NRG has managed to get onto the hill, but Fran's going to make him pay. That's going to be Solars taken out. Mental going to get the trade with a boom shot of his own. Reciprocity with a slight lead right now. But again, you can't rely on a small lead on a map like this. The flank comes in. Fran gets 1. He's traded. Now, NRG finds themselves back on E. They're going for the full cap now. 3 members up top. Does Reciprocity choose to go back for the neutral hill? Do they choose to go for the OE? You see Icy versus Explosive. Explosive gets the better end of him. I don't know if I agree with Icy pushing around like that in such a narrow path. Kenny's dropped as well. This is not looking good for Reciprocity. NRG has the numbers, and they're about to take control of the time. Explosive taking a low health. Gets hit by a shock. If they could get Explosive out, that would be a huge start. But they have the new drop. The in-game leader gone. Hill time favoring the Swarm. You see them starting to back up, starting to play that defense. Mental has the drop. Summons has the boom. Reciprocity needs to make a big play before the Swarm team can make this comeback.
Ryan. On Reciprocity's side, Kenny, I don't think he has any more
Kenny's
response.
out. That is not good right now. They're going to get the 2-cap. They need to hold on. Down a man.
That's
a big break for Rec. That's a big break. And Rush gets him. Trip cap coming in. The shot misses. Rush just needs to stay alive.
These are their final lives.
There's currently a 2v3 before the respawns come in. Rec still holding D and E. NRG has to break both. Icy with 2 members in front of him. He gets taken out. Powers, the only member left. If he does not control this D hill, the match is over. An entire NRG squad are going to be facing him. He gets the shot on Mental. He finished the shot! No one is there in time! Powers has done it single-handedly, and Reciprocity wins round 13 on the back of their main Slayer. Just when you thought NRG did it, just when you thought it was over, Powers beats up Mental for the bread. The match is over. They lost so many in a row, but they won the only one that mattered, and it was the MVP of the team who did it. 55 eliminations, putting his mark all over this team.
Watch this again. Look at the kill feed. It was a double kill.
Oh,
NRG killed 2 of their players.
I didn't catch that in real time.
NRG killed themselves. Look at this rush.
And you see it again.
Watch them rush in again from afar. Here comes the drop shot. It takes out 2 of the players, and it makes it a 1v1. Powers v Mental, and he wins it on low health.
The most clutch player we've ever seen in Gears Esports just hit a double team kill and then lost the 1v1. Powers showing up for the occasion, dodges the drop shot, and then wins a 1v1 against Mental of all players, right? The final boss of the final boss.
That
unbelievable.